Good morning, children. Welcome to Term 3 Social Science. Children, in this term, we have totally 10 units. History 4 units, Geography 3 units, and in Civics 3 units. Today, let us study History Unit 1. The name of the lesson is Society and Culture in Ancient Tamilagam, the Sangam Age. Before we start the lesson, let us see the learning objectives. To understand that Sangam Tamil literature is the main source for the study of ancient Tamil society, to know the rule of Movendas. Who are the Movendas? The Cheras, the Cholas and the Pandyas and their contemporary minor chieftains. To gain an understanding of the administrative system and the socio-economic conditions of Tamilagam, and at last to learn about the Kalabra period. Now let us start the lesson. First of all, we study what is Sangam age. The word Sangam refers to the association of poets who flourished under the royal patronage of the Pandya kings at Madurai. On those times, the poets were supported by the Pandya kings at Madurai. These poets formed one group, that is what called Sangam. The poems composed by these poets are collectively known as Sangam literature. All these poets are there, no? They composed so many poems. These poems and are collectively called Sangam literature. Is it clear? The period in which these poems were composed is called Sangam age. Is it clear, children? What is Sangam age? In which period these poems are composed, no? That period only called Sangam age. Children, when we study history, we need some sources. Here, there are so many sources are there to study about the ancient Tamilagam. Inscriptions. There are so many inscriptions are there. Copper plates. Velvikudi copper plates, Chinnamanur copper plates will help us to study about this ancient Tamilagam. Next, coins. The coins issued by Cheras, Cholas, Pandyas and the chieftains of Sangam age as well as the Roman coins. Megalithic monuments, burials and hero stones which help us to study about this ancient Tamilagam. Next, excavated materials. These are all from which places? Adichanallur, Arikamedu, Kodumanal, Puhar, Korkai, Alangankulam and Urayur. Then some literary sources also there. What are they? Tolkappiyam, Ettutogai, Pattupattu, Padinenkiil Kanakku. It is a collection of 18 poetic works. Pattinapalai and Madurai Kanji. Epics like Silappadigaram and Manimegalai, all these are the literary sources to study about the ancient Tamilagam. Foreign notices, the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea, Pliny's Natural History, Ptolemy's Geography, Megasthenes Indica, Rajavali, Mahavamsa and Deepavamsa, all these are the foreign notices will help us to study about the ancient Tamilagam. Tolkappiyam. I want to say something about this Tolkappiyam. Tolkappiyam is a very, very important literary source. Why? Because it says about our Tamil grammar and it also represents the quality of Tamil language and the culture of Tamil people of the Sangam age. The time span, 3rd century BC to 3rd century AD. During this period only, these three Movendas were ruled ancient Tamilagam. Tamilagam, the boundaries of Tamilagam were from Vengadam, that is Tirupati hill in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. And it was bounded by sea on the east and western side. Eastern side by Bay of Bengal and the western side by Arabian Sea. The age was Iron Age. The people were aware of using the metal iron. Culture was megalithic. Polity, kingship. Dynasties ruled. Which are the dynasties? The Cheras, the Cholas, and the Pandyas. George L. Hart, professor of Tamil language at the University of California, he said that Tamil is as old as Latin. The language arose as an entirely independent tradition with no influence of other languages. What he said, no? Tamil language grown independently without the influence of any other language. Who said? George L. Hart. He was a professor of Tamil language at the University of California. Now let us start with Cheras. Moovendars. Who are called Moovendars? The Chera, Chola and Pandyas. They were called the three great kings. They only controlled the regions of Tamilagam during this Sangam age. The Tamil word Vendar, it was used to refer the three dynasties. Which are they? The Cheras, Cholas and Pandyas. The Cheras ruled over the central and north Travancore, Cochin, South Malabar and Kongu region of Tamil Nadu. Nowadays Kerala only the Cheras were ruled in ancient Tamilagam period. The Paditru Pattu, a collection of 10 decades of verses. 10 decades. A decade is 10 years. 10 decades means 100 years. Of verses means poetry. So, Paditru Pattu is a collection of 100 years of poetry. It provides information about the Chera kings. It is known that the Chera king Senguttuvan went on a military expedition to North India. He went to North India. He brought stones from the Himalayas for making the idol of Kannagi. He wants to make a statue for Kannagi, an epic character from Silappadigaram. Who is this Kannagi? You know Silappadigaram, no? In that epic only Kannagi and Kovalan will come. We know already, we have studied that. So he wants to make a statue for this Kannagi. He only introduced Patini cult to pray that Kannagi character as a god. Cheran Chenguttuvan's younger brother was Ilango Adigal. Who is this Ilango Adigal? He was the younger brother of Cheran Chenguttuvan, as well as he was the author of Silappadigaram. Then another Chera king, what is his name? Cheral Irumburai. He only issued the coins in his name. Some Chera coins bear their emblem of bow and arrow. We know that their emblem is bow and arrow. Now let us see some of the prominent Chera rulers. Prominent means important. They are Udayan Cheraladan, Imayavaramban Neduncheraladan, Seran Chenguttuvan, Seral Irumburai. There were so many Chera rulers. Among them, these 4 Chera rulers were very important. Next we go to study about Cholas. The Chola kingdom of Sangam period extended up to Vengadam. Vengadam, that is nowadays called Tirupati hills. The Kaveri Delta region remained the central part of the kingdom. Which was the central part of the kingdom? The Kaveri Delta region. This area later called Cholamandalam. This area only later called Cholamandalam, the Kaveri Delta region. Karikal Valavan or Karikalan. We know that very well about this Karikalan. He was the most famous of the Chola kings. He defeated the combined army of the Cheras, Pandyas and the 11 Velir chieftains who supported them at Veni. Veni is a small village in the Tanjavur region. And he also converted forest into cultivable lands. Karikalan. He changed all the forest into cultivable. Cultivable means agricultural lands. He also built Kallanai. Kallanai is a dam across the river Kaveri to develop agriculture. Their port Puhar attracted merchants from various regions of the Indian Ocean. Merchants means the business people. They were all attracted to come to this region because the port Puhar were attracted them. How did they come inside? Through the Indian Ocean. Okay. The Pattinapalai, a poetic work in the Padinenkill Kanakku, gives elaborate information of the trading activity during the rule of Karikalan. So this Pattinapalai and Padinenkill Kanakku gives us the information about the trading activity during whose rule? Karikalan's rule. Let us study about the dam Kallanai. It was a dike. A dike means a big wall which was built with stones. It was constructed across the Kaveri River to divert the water throughout the delta region for irrigation. When it was built, Kallanai irrigated an area of about 69,000 acres. How many acres? 69,000 acres were getting water. Some of the prominent Chola rulers, let us see. Ilanjet Senni, Karikal Valavan, Kochenganan, Killi Valavan, Perunar Killi. These are all the important Chola rulers. Now let us study about the Pandyas. The Pandyas ruled the present day southern Tamil Nadu. Nowadays, south side of Tamil Nadu only, the Pandyas were ruling. The Pandya kings patronized the Tamil poets and scholars. Pandya kings supported the Tamil poets and scholars. Several names of Pandya kings are mentioned in the Sangam literature. Among them, Nedunchezhiyan is hailed as the most popular warrior. Why? Because he only defeated the combined army of the Chera, Chola and the 5 village chieftains at Talayalanganam. He is praised as the Lord of Kurkai. He is praised as the Lord of Kurkai. It means head of the Kurkai. Pandya country was well known for pearl hunting. What is pearl hunting? People will dive into the sea and they will bring the pearl. That is called pearl hunting. It was very famous during this Pandya ruling. Pandya kings issued many coins. Their coins have elephant on one side and fish on another side. Mudukudumi Peruvaluthi, he was one of the Pandya king. He issued the coins to commemorate his performance of many Vedic rituals. There are so many Pandya rulers. Among them, some of them are very, very important. Who are they? Nediyan, Nanmaran, Mudukudumi Peruvaluthi and Nedunchezhiyan. The titles assumed by the Moovendars. The Moovendars were called by so many titles. Let us see them one by one. First, Cheran. He was called by Adavan, Kuttuvan, Vanavan, Irumburai. Cholan was called by Senni, Sembiyan, Killi, Valavan. And the Pandyan was called Maran, Valuthi, Seliyan and Tennar. Now let us see the garland, fort, capital and symbols of Moovendars. First of all, Cheras. They used the palmyra flower to make the garland. Their fort was Muziri and Tondi. Their capital was Vanji and Karur and their symbols were bow and arrow. Cholas used fig flower. It is otherwise called Atti flower. Their port was Pugar, their capital was Urayur and Pugar and their symbols tiger. Pandyas used Margosa flower. Margosa flower is neem flower to make the garland. Their port was Kurkai, their capital was Madurai and their symbols were two fish. Is it clear, children?